Hey everyone, welcome to Karen's Journey. So glad you're here with me today. If you're a new subscriber, special welcome to you, or just new to this channel. And if you want to see the entire journey I've been on, this channel I made in March of this year. But my actual journey, as you saw from the thumbnail on this video, has been 1 year and 1 day. But I started this channel back in March of this year just to help me stay on track and also to give back. I've had so many people be an encouragement to me and help me with information that has been not so available through doctors and other sources. So I wanted to, and I will be talking about that and giving them credit for helping me along this journey. So anyway, if you go to the homepage of this channel, you can see all the videos from when I first started this channel back in March. And then I also, in those early videos, talk about more about what it was like when I started the journey. And I'm just going to pull up my notes just to make sure I kind of stay on track here. But if you're not new to this channel, I welcome you just as much. And thank you so much for sticking with me here and coming along beside me. If you're watching this video on my website, karenpoirier.com, be sure to tap on the YouTube, or at the bottom, there's some things I think you can tap on, and one of them says watch on YouTube. So that's what you'll have to do if you want to leave a comment, if you want to like, and you want to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Down below, I do have the Rumble link as well. So if you want to go to Rumble and view this channel on Rumble, you can do that as well. I also have all of my other videos there from the start of this channel, and you can watch them on Rumble as well. Okay? All right. So this morning, I decided to try and duplicate the same photo. I didn't have a photo at the exact time or on the exact day that I started this journey back in 2021. So I didn't have one for September 5th. But so the closest one I had was on August 27th, 2021. And I had gone to the beach to watch the sunrise. And so that's the first photo that you see on the thumbnail. So I decided to kind of try and recreate that, although I didn't think of it until yesterday, I think it was. So I thought, okay, we will just kind of try and tie this all together. So it's a year and a week ago that first photo was taken. And then the second one was this morning. I got up, went to the beach for sunrise. I was a few minutes late, but I got there. And then after, I took some pictures, and I'll post those. They're so beautiful. And I took a little video. Then I took a 30-minute walk on the beach, and it was just lovely. Barefoot again, no pain, no aches. Oh, it was just lovely. So we'll talk more about those pictures and the information that's on them in a minute. First, I want to just do a little bit of a review of this last year. So September 5th, 2021, I said to my husband, I have to do something. I'm 227 pounds, 226 pounds, kind of was bouncing between. And I don't seem to be getting any answers from anywhere. However, I did hear about intermittent fasting earlier in that year, tried it for a little while, and then for some reason decided it wasn't for me. I don't know why. But decided it wasn't for me. But then I think I started hearing more and more about it. So I decided to give it another try. And I did some research, came across Mike Mutzel, Jason Fung, I think Ken Berry at that time. and listened to the information they had on it and just started the journey. Because I was so fed up with how I was feeling. I also did not like the view ahead health-wise. It wasn't looking good. Not that I had any like terminal diseases or anything, but I just saw my body declining so quickly. I was 53 at the time, and I just felt so much older. I've mentioned in previous videos how achy I would feel, and that's some of the things I have listed here to kind of go over. Joint pain, aches and pains. Certain activity would trigger back pain, hip pain, ankle and foot pain. Sometimes even just getting up off the couch to walk upstairs, I'd be in pain. I had severe heartburn. So, and I had been dealing with heartburn since I was pregnant with my daughter, really. But decided to take some steps to try and relieve it, talk to a doctor about it. So they put me on pantoprazole. I think I'd been on that 6 or 7 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure exactly. So I was on pantoprazole, 20 milligrams twice a day to keep the heartburn in check. I also had been diagnosed with hypothyroidism 3 years before, officially. I believe that I've been dealing with hypothyroidism for years, probably a good 10 years or more. Not sure why previous doctors did not put me on medication, but they didn't, even though my numbers were like 9 and 10. The normal range is, I believe, 0 to 4 point something. And, but even then, they chose not to put me on medication. So when I moved to this state, I saw the doctor here in 2019. She's like, yeah, we need to put you on medication. So I started on levothyroxine, which is a generic of Synthroid. And I think we started maybe at 50 micrograms. But, for the next 2 years, we could not get the numbers to stabilize. And the symptoms did not go away. And the numbers, she would decrease it, and then the numbers would spike. Mine went up to 13 one time. One set of tests that came back was at 13. I'd never been that high before. So she increased the dose, and it goes down. But then it was too low. She said my numbers were too low, so she'd increase it. It was just back and forth, and for 2 years. And it was not relieving the symptoms. I still felt my biggest symptom of hypothyroidism, and I don't know if this changes from person to person, but for me was a lack of energy. Huge. That was a huge impact to me. So anyway, I decided I wanted to see a specialist. And when I started talking with a specialist, she told me that some people don't respond well. I think there's a good number of people actually that don't respond well to levothyroxine. So they have to take the name brand version of the medication called Synthroid. Of course we do. And of course it's more expensive. So I had to bite the bullet and had to pay more money every 90 days for a prescription of Synthroid. And we eventually got to, I think I started maybe at 50 or 75 micrograms, and I got up to 100 micrograms. And that seemed to keep my numbers low enough, keep the symptoms lower. But I will tell you, they did not completely disappear. They did not. So as I was on this journey, intermittent fasting, losing weight, keto, eating more keto, so low carbs, I started to feel so much better. Energy levels started to even right out. So I started reevaluating everything and thought, of course, heartburn started to subside so much better. So I weaned down on the pantoprazole as well. And I thought, I think on this type of way of eating and with intermittent fasting and all the benefits that come along with that, intermittent fasting is such a great way to heal your body. And that's what I found was happening. So I decided I'm going to get off medication, and that's going to be part of the goal. Not only is it going to be weight loss. So that's what I did. That's what I focused on. Was eventually able to wean myself totally off the pantoprazole. I don't take any heartburn meds anymore. None. So that's been huge. So I began to have the same thoughts for thyroid medicine, hypothyroidism, the Synthroid. I began to wean myself off, which means I just would take take it 1 day a week and skip a dose and go for a few weeks to see how I felt. I felt no difference. All right, going to bump it up to 2 days a week with not taking it and see how I feel. Felt fantastic. And I have a chart that I kept track of to see where my weight was at the time, and then when I would drop a dose, not take it, not drop a dose, but drop a time of taking it, drop a day of taking it. And that's how I kept track of it. In January, when I went to the doctor and had some blood work done and got the results, numbers were great. They were in the normal range. They weren't low like they had been, but they were in the normal range. And at that point, I had lost like about 30 pounds probably. But she told me that they're not going to lower the dose yet because they want to see if I will lose more weight. So I was like, all right, that's fine. But I'm not, and I'm thinking this in my head, I'm not changing what I'm doing. I am going to continue to wean myself off this medication because I know how I feel. And I do believe, for me, weight had a lot to do with that. So I wanted to pursue what I was doing. And again, they were just looking at the numbers. She didn't ask me how I was feeling. I told her. I had to tell her through the conversation. So they only look at the numbers. And that's not all around care as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, it got to the next time I was going to, so I continued, taking away a day of medication. By the end of March, the symptoms increased. My symptoms increased, and I thought, wow, what is going on? And I had just recently read that if you have too much medication in your system, it can mimic the symptoms of hypothyroidism. So I'm thinking, how do you know which one it is? This is crazy. It's just craziness. So I decided, I think at that point I was down to taking it maybe 3 times a week. Maybe. So I thought, I'm done. I'm just done. All done with this. And I stopped. And I haven't looked back. It was amazing. The energy level, I don't remember how quickly the energy level leveled off, but I was feeling, I haven't had any symptoms since. None. So the blood work came back in June that I had done. And the numbers, the thyroid numbers, okay, trying to remember. The overall, I think it was the TSH, was high. T4, normal. T3, normal. So why TSH was high? I don't know. I don't understand it. But and high, I mean out of the normal range, like a few degrees out of the normal range. Not horrible. Still lower than what I ever had when I wasn't on the medication. They were still lower. So I just decided, yeah, I'm done. This is how we're gonna keep going. So now I'm off all medication. No heartburn medication, no thyroid medication. I take allergy medication, and that is it. That is all I take for right now. And it is fantastic. Energy level is fantastic. I told you that last time in the last video. The trip that I just went on with my husband to the Jeep Invasion in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And it was amazing, the strength and energy I had during that whole trip. So I don't have a doctor's, blessing or okay, but I can pretty much safely say I no longer have hypothyroidism. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. All right, so on the pictures that you saw for the thumbnail of this video, you'll see the side-by-side. And I'll actually throw it up again here, the two pictures, because it's just, wow. So August 27th, 227 pounds, 2021. Then today, September 6th, 2022, 176 pounds. I'm down 51 pounds. Not only am I down 51 pounds, but I feel amazing. I am definitely healthier than I was a year ago. I was looking at those two pictures this morning, and I actually got emotional because, it's one thing when I see other people who have been on the same similar journey, and they put up their side-by-sides. And I can very easily feel so proud for them, proud of them, happy for them, and think, wow, that's just amazing. They're amazing. And when I look at myself, it doesn't feel quite the same. Yet it is the same. I've done the work too. I'm doing the work. So it's hard to believe if I didn't have those pictures, I don't think I'd believe it. It's hard to believe that that's me, but I'm so grateful. That's the next level and next emotion that kind of takes over is just thankfulness, gratefulness. Because I never thought I could feel this good. And there have been so many who have come around me to support me in this. Not everyone has agreed with how I've done it. Many have said, oh, I could never do that. And it just breaks my heart because I just want to yell, yes, you can do it. And maybe not the exact way that I've been doing it, but you can get healthier. And there's so many things you can do, to help yourself be healthier and feel better, feel so much better, and not be in pain and not be weak and frail, right? Obviously, accidents happen. You might scrape your hand or get a bruise, pain's gonna happen, but it doesn't have to debilitate us, and that's the difference. And so, again, I just want to give a big shout out for anyone who I've mentioned over these last several months in these videos, but also that have been with me since the beginning of this health journey a year ago. I've learned so much from Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Jason Fung, Mike Mutzel from High Intensity Health, and I'm going to link all of them here. In fact, today, Dr. Sean Baker put out a video specifically on the next topic I'm going to be sharing about, which is building muscle. So I'm going to link that video as well as his channel. And because they have been instrumentally so huge in the information that they have shared, because they decided as doctors to actually try to help people get off medication, to get healthier so that they don't have to be on medication. They have chosen to not continue to feed the cog that is the health community today. And I'm so grateful that they were brave enough to do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I pray you will continue and that more and more people will listen to you and become healthy and kind of change the tide of the way things are here in our country. So I'm going to give a shout out to them. I'm going to link to all of them in the description of this video. And again, if you're watching me on the website, you'll have to click on the YouTube link to go and see those links, okay? And so the next thing I want to talk about is how I feel now at this stage of my journey. Oh, wait, before I get to the building muscle, I wanted to mention, I'm going to throw up another graph over here of the app that I use for the scale that I use. It keeps track of all the times that I step on the scale. And within that app, you can tap on set your weight goal, and it brings you to a screen. And that's what I'm going to put up here, a screenshot of that screen. So you can set your goal, the weight that you want to get to. And I don't know how many years it was set to 175. Well, this morning I was able to move that finally. I know I'm at 176, but no doubt I will be at 175 before too long, maybe even by the end of this week. Because remember last week I said on Wednesday I decided I mentioned how last month I had gained 2 pounds. So 2.4 pounds, something like that. So this month, for the month of September, I am abstaining. I am abstaining. I am not going to indulge in desserts, diet sodas, and things like French fries, because I had been doing that a couple times a week throughout the month of August. I don't know if it contributed to the weight gain or not. And again, I know it was only 2.4 pounds. But I mentioned that I also see fat stores. So I know I have some fat that I can see. And usually, that means that there's also fat you can't see within your body. So I'm not at optimum health yet. So I'm going to not participate and partake of any of that type of things for the month of September. Since last Wednesday, I have lost 5.6 pounds as of this morning. So that's a good thing. And I think there's a couple reasons why. I think it's because of the food I'm choosing not to have right now. And also building muscle, which I'm going to get into in just a second. So anyway, I was able to adjust the goal weight in that app. And you'll see from the graph that on the side is the weight, the weight totals. And then there's a line that will say, this is the line for obese to overweight. So that's the weight you'll be at, and it would be obese or overweight. And then you skip down, there's a line for overweight to healthy weight. So that's the line there that you want to be below for healthy weight. So for me, 155 is where that line is at. So I decided to bump the goal down to 150 pounds so that I'm a little more into the healthy weight. Now, I just don't know. Again, I don't know if it's based on good science or not. I mentioned that in the last video. So kind of just good information to have. And we'll see. We'll see where I land. Because I am, again, learning to listen more to my body and tweak things and implement things based more on that versus the numbers. And that's been very freeing. But anyway, it was nice to actually adjust that this morning, finally. So as I was beginning to say, I feel like I am at a point in this journey that I really need to focus on muscle. I had felt that back in July, and that's why for the month of August, I made that part of my challenge, my personal challenge to build muscle, focused on strength training. Oh, it was fabulous. It was fantastic, and I'm continuing that for the month of September as well. And I don't think that will ever stop. I think that now again is a part of my lifestyle because, and this is the video I'm going to link from Dr. Sean Baker. He talked about that very thing today, about how important it is to build muscle, especially the older you get. It's so, so important. And he listed off a few of the same benefits that I've heard all along. Bone health. And he mentioned some other things too. Bone health sticks with me because I think women are more prone to osteoporosis. I'm also more in tune with that because pantoprazole, the heartburn medicine that I was on, it can deplete your body of B12, which is necessary for bone health. So I was at higher risk of osteoporosis if I kept taking that medication. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. So now I build muscle and I eat red meat and I do everything I can to give my muscles and my bones the health they need to stay strong and healthy, not weak and frail. So that's what I really want to encourage you all to do. I know that so many talk about intermittent fasting, and there is huge benefits for our bodies. Like I said in the beginning, to heal our bodies, intermittent fasting is amazing, and you definitely should implement that. Eating a proper diet is the next thing you should implement because that is also huge. When you are constantly, and even if it is once a day, eating high carbs, high sugar, that's damaging your body. It just is. I know it tastes good. I know it feels good emotionally, but it's damaging your body. So you have to decide which way, what's the balance for you. For me, it's a no-brainer now. I will never go back. I will never go back to the way I was eating before. Anyway, building muscle, that's what I'm going to continue to do. And there's just, like I said, there's just no turning back. It's great to say that. It's great to be in a place where I can say I will never weigh 227 pounds again. I just won't. And there was a time before I started this where I was so frustrated because I've said this before in other videos. I'd started diet, Atkins, plant-based, Rosedale, a few other things I tried. And it seemed like within the first 2 or 3 months, 4 months, I would lose weight and then I'd stall. And I wouldn't know how to tweak it because I was doing the things they said I should be doing. And I didn't know how to tweak that. There was no allowance for, well, if you stall or if this happens, you should take a look at this. Or because you do what you do. So it just didn't work for me. I was on the plant-based diet for 6 months. And I think I lost maybe upwards of 10 pounds. And then that was it. Then I stalled and then the weight started coming back on. And that's what it did every single time with every other thing I tried. And I was just so frustrated. And I was done with that. So this has been amazing because not only have I been able to implement the things I kind of already knew, like especially I did learn a lot on the plant-based diet as far as carbs and some other diets I did, the carbs and the sugar and how damaging that is to our bodies. But what I've learned being carnivore is that I can tweak things and I know exactly what my body's going to do. That is amazing. That is priceless information. So now I know how not to damage my body inside, my organs, my cells, my systems, my hormones, everything. I know how to keep them at optimum. And that's just worth all of it. So again, I encourage you, do your research, go out and listen to these people I'm going to link to, and, figure it out for yourself. Find out for yourself how you can not be in pain anymore, get off medications, lose the weight if you need to lose weight, feel better so that you have the energy, you have the strength to enjoy life. Because that's what I'm doing now, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I have so many things to look forward to because of the energy and strength that I have. It's exciting. It's exciting. And boy, does that do wonders for my mental health and emotional health. It's just, it all works together, and it's wonderful. It's fantastic. I also don't want to forget to mention support, the supportiveness, people that have supported me both on YouTube and in, social media, as well as people that I live with and live around that have supported me, friends, and of course my husband, even my adult children have been so supportive through this. And then online, through social media, through YouTube, Cassie and Larry on Carnivore Quest, Karen on Southern Ketovore, Kelly Hogan I've been watching. She's been more informational, but there's just others that have just been very supportive, and I'm so grateful for that. Because that's the other thing. We're not meant to be our own little islands. We're just not. It is so much better when you can have people come around you and support you and encourage you, even if they're not doing the same exact thing. Just the fact that they're happy for you, that you're happy, that's huge. But it also helps to have people who understand what you're going through. So be sure to find people who are doing what you're doing, and open yourself up to their support, because that will really help you in the long run. Okay. So I'm just grateful for all those people in my life who have been supporting me and who continue to come alongside me on this journey. And that means you. You have been here and you have been supporting me, and I really, really appreciate that. And I hope I've inspired you. And I hope that you're getting healthier because of this. So let me know. If you can leave me a comment, that would be great. Like and subscribe to this channel. And again, just let me know how you're doing. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas or thoughts about what I've said, pop it in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. All right. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you were able to get out and enjoy the sunshine. I was able to this morning, as you saw, and it is just, it really does your body and your mind really good to get out there and enjoy it. So I hope you'll do that. And until next time, have a great day. I'll see you.